Welcome to our channel. Welcome back if you've been before. Our names are Susan and Jeff. We're an English couple, but we've been living in rural Bulgaria for the last 10 years. Today we're going to talk about how living here has changed us. We've changed a lot from when we used to live in England. We're just about ready to go on a night out to our local Bulgarian restaurant. We'll take you along with us further on in the video, but we're going to begin the video by talking about the first two ways that this country has changed us. First of all, we'll talk about one of the biggest ways living here has changed us. Back in England, I was a social worker, and like many social workers, I was suffering badly from stress, including high blood pressure. Jeff had his own business with all the strains that brings, and he was suffering from depression. We found that life over here has really slowed us down. The pace of life is just so much slower and more peaceful and relaxing.
It wasn't until we moved over here that I realised just how stressful life in the UK was. We both had important positions with a lot of stress involved, and paying a big mortgage. But coming over here and being mortgage free and a slower pace of life, it really took us probably 12 months to realise just how much we had been stressed out in the UK and how much more pleasant life was over here. Going out for a meal over here is much more relaxed than in the UK. You aren't being hurried off your table because they want to get the next set of customers in. Over here, the meal will last all night, and it's much more of a social event. And it isn't just the parents going out for a meal, it tends to be the whole family. You'll find parents, grandparents, children all sitting around at the table. They don't mind if the food goes cold. They will nibble at it all evening as they talk and socialise. Over here, people pay their bills in person, and we have had to learn to do the same. It's a slower process, but once you have paid all your bills and know exactly where you stand financially, which for us we find more satisfying than relying on a bank paying your bills by standing orders or direct debits. You feel more in control of your own money. Yes, so now we've learnt to be more patient and queue up and slow down. Over here it's much more like a Mediterranean lifestyle. People don't rush. It's a bit que sera sera. And things often don't start on time, but nobody's bothered, nobody gets stressed about it. It's just a much more relaxed way of life. Oh. Now we've settled into the way of life over here, we feel much more relaxed and healthier than we ever did in the UK. Another way that living here has changed us is that we are far less materialistic. You don't have to have a new car, you don't have to have a new house, you don't have to have a conservatory. Over here, people think if a car is 6 years old, that's a new car. The cars are kept going much longer than they are in the UK. It doesn't matter if you've got 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 miles on the clock, they just keep them going. In fact, you'll still see quite a few Ladas and Trabants on the road over here, still going strong. Another big difference we've noticed is that Christmas doesn't start in September in the shops, and Easter doesn't begin in January. People here are just much less consumeristic. Obviously, people do still buy things, but there's just not the hype that there is in England. Living in a culture like this, we've found that we just don't crave for things like we did at home. So we're taking you on our night out, and we're going to show you another way we've changed since moving to our village. We had lots of friends in England, and we've made some good friends over here. But living in a Bulgarian village, you really feel part of a wider community. Everyone knows everyone else in the village, and everyone knows everyone's business. We've become much less insular. Going for a night out with people from our village No one is left out. They make one big circle and everyone joins in and holds hands. As the night goes on, the music gets faster and faster. A huge way we've changed since living here is that we have started to live seasonally. This isn't something we even thought about when we lived in England, but over here it's just a way of life in the rural villages. This is our compost heap. We keep it going in winter with waste from the kitchen and ashes from the fire. And this is our garden. It's a big mess at the moment because it's been raining a lot and it's winter. We can't wait to get out here again. This will be our second year working on this garden, so we've still got an awful lot to do. As you can see, it's huge. March will see us planting seeds. By the time June comes, our plums are ready and we're making jam. And in September, we're canning our produce and making wine with our grapes, just like everyone else in the village. So this is our front garden. All you can hear is the sound of the snow melting. And the birds. The lack of noise is something we've got used to. There's barely any cars in the village. You just see the odd car or the odd horse and cart going past. And these are some outbuildings we need to renovate. And this is the stork's nest. The arrival heralds the coming of spring, and the departure foreshadows the arrival of autumn. It's winter at the moment, and we've been resting just like the season is resting.
Okay. So thank you for joining us today. We do have a blog as well as a video channel, and we talk more on the blog about how living in a Bulgarian village has changed us. If you're interested, there's a link in the description box. And before we say goodbye, I'd just like to thank everybody who commented on our last video. We had some really helpful and lovely comments, so thank you for those. And we'll see you again soon.